Hello everyone, I'm T-Junkie and welcome back to part 33. In this part what we're going to do is we're going to be animating the firing of this weapon. Now before we get started with that, we're just going to do a quick fix. And as I said before, you'd shoot this and you'd have that horrible little blue bit on the armour even when it's completely gone. Well, to get rid of that quickly, if we go into Object Health Script, above the armor bar, you type in if object current armor is greater than or equal to 1, it will then display as armor bar. So if it's not 1, so meaning if it's not 1 or greater than 1, basically if it's 0, it won't display this bar. So if we go back in, and we shoot, the bar's gone. So now with that working, let's start animating this. Now if we click on our weapon, I've attached the FPS arms to the weapon, because by doing it this way, it basically works the same way as when we attached it to the camera. We attached the arms and the weapon to the camera, so when you move around, the weapon and arms follow the camera when you turn and everything. I've attached the FPS arms to the weapon, so when the weapon's animated and moves, the arms move along with the weapon. If I had it the other way around, which I can demonstrate, I will demonstrate later on, the weapon will just move but the arms will stay where they are, and we don't want that. So if we click weapon and you go to window, animation, you've got this little animation window. I'm going to minimize, I'm going to move that down a bit. I'm going to get in a better position so I can see the weapon. Now what I want to do is make sure you've got weapon selected, select an animation window and click create. In here you want to call the animation something. I'm going to say firing weapon, and then click add property, transform, use position because I'm not going to do rotation. Collapse it, and then we've got the 0 1 to leave as it is. That's where we hold the weapon, and we want the animation to finish there as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this 0 alone. But at 0.5, however, I'm going to add the add keyframe button, and then inside the actual engine, as you notice, we've got red buttons here. It means it's recording. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this back a bit, and 06, we're going to add another keyframe. We're going to move it to the left a bit, and at 7 we're going to click it again and we're going to move it right, and at 0.10 seconds we're going to add another keyframe. And this keyframe here and here is different, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here, copy this, go back to there and paste. What you need to do is you need to click on the position, copy it, click off, click back onto the other animation point and put it in. And this here, and if you click the top here and the top here, they shouldn't move at all, which means they're aligned properly. Now over here we have a keyframe. I could delete this, and now if we click the play button on our animation, there we go, it's playing. So if you tick off the record button, you can attach this to the top bar if you want. Down here you notice we've got our firing weapon. So what we're going to do is I'm going to click weapon, click add component, I'm going to click animator. And what we're going to do is on our firing weapon, we're going to come up here, click debug, click legacy, click normal, and go back down here. And in our weapon, if this works, I'm going to drag this firing weapon to here. Now what we need to do is to get this to work. I'm going to untick always play automatically. I'm going to click based on renders. In our script here, in the weapon fire, I'm going to come down to fire. Here we are. I'm going to go. Oh, whoops! I need to add an object first. I'm going to say public game object, and I'm going to call it our weapon. So I'm going to call it player weapon. And then down here, I'm going to say player weapon dot get component animation dot play. And then I'm going to save this. Go back to Unity. Our weapon shooting should show up. There it is. Drag our weapon on here and click play. If this works, it should fire. Now because I need to stretch this out a bit, game, maximize on play. And there we go. Kind of a basic animation, but you can play with it a bit more, if you wish, to get that animation looking just the way you want. Just make sure that the start position and the end position are exactly the same. I highly recommend having the start position is just leave the start position alone, and then make sure the finish position matches the start position. Otherwise, you'll have lots of problems. Emails. So with that done, in 6 minutes I might add, that's not too bad. So we do reloading now actually. So if I click weapon again, click animation, click create, I'm then going to create a new one called reload, drag that off. Whoops, drag that off. Drag that off. There we go. And zoom that in a bit. I got a bit. There we go. So I say property, transform, position, and then what we're just going to do is just do the old-fashioned style, and actually I want the reload, yeah. Add, drag this one down to about here, and number 10 here, add another keyframe. So same as I did before. Actually, I think I only moved one. I did, so I only moved this. So if I put that back, and then I go to where that 1 second is, delete this, and click play. I'll stop that now. And I'll touch it now. So what I want to do is I want to go to my weapon, the animation here, I'm going to say that's 2, and the reload's going to be in here. The controller is the weapon, which is fine, and the reload. So what we're going to do here is in here we're going to type the name of the first one, so I'm going to say firing weapon. I'm just going to save that for now, and it should work fine. So because I've actually told here now exactly which animation I want to play. When I click here and shoot, yeah, you got this little bug here. Whoops. I need to go to my reload like I didn't do before. Debug, legacy, back to normal. And then it should not do that. There you go. There we go. Now, I go back into here. Where did I have the reload? I believe the reload was in player HUD. If I can find it. There you go. Now what I could do here is up here, add a public game object player weapon. Player weapon. Come back down to where the reload is, which is here, and say animation, not animation, whoops, player weapon dot get component animation dot play, and I'm going to call this one reload. I believe it's called reload, isn't it? Yep, it is. Whoops, I need to add something now. So if I go to my first person character, why won't you disappear? My inspector, I think I have broke. So I'm going to save the scene, save this project. I love how I could break it. Where's my Unity? FPS weapon. There we are. Now I've got the reload in, so if I find my first person controller, OBS controller, player HUD, here we are. Player weapon, drag the weapon on, then click play. Oh, it doesn't do anything. There we go. Mine's like a really fast reload. You can slow that reload down a bit if you want. I just wanted a little placeholder animation to show the little reloading animation. Now I will show you what happens when you take the FPS arms off of the weapon. I'm just going to attach the FPS arms just to the first person character controller. We run around, see everything's normal, but when I shoot, you notice that the arms don't do anything. So if I attach the arms to the weapon again, click play. And it's all sorted. And that's animation. Thank you everybody for watching, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.